There is a lot to unpack here, and for that I turn to Perez Hilton. He's the king of celebrity news with millions of followers on X, Facebook, and Instagram. He also hosts the Perez Hilton podcast. Perez, thanks for being here. This is a really solemn topic. He's just such a happy-go-lucky and jovial guy that we all feel we lost. What else have you been hearing in your circles about what happened and the people who were arrested?
Well, one positive takeaway from what I have heard is, unlike in the death of Michael Jackson, where Dr. Conrad Murray was sentenced to 4 years and ended up serving about 2, the doctors in this case and his assistant are facing a lot more time. In fact, the main defendant, the culprit, Dr. P, is facing over 100 years in prison. So for his family and for Matthew himself, I hope that they are punished to the fullest extent of the law.
So what do we know about this group, other than those headlines that I just sort of read? The Fed said they worked as a conspiracy and also separately, but what are you hearing?
Yeah, what we know is that the one doctor in San Diego, Dr. Chavez, actually has a ketamine clinic. That's how he was able to have access to so much ketamine. But according to the authorities, lied to the wholesale retailer, even used a name of another one of his patients to get even more as well. So he's facing multiple charges on distribution. And the Dr. P, who, first of all, this one doctor plus Dr. P, he works at an urgent care facility. How he was even able to do this is shocking. Also, he's already been released from jail, this Dr. P, and will be allowed to practice medicine in the interim. All he has to do is alert his patients that this investigation and that this whole situation is happening. I don't think he should be allowed to practice. I would not take any medical care from him if I was one of his patients. And I'm most disgusted at him. But we also mentioned the alleged drug dealer. She, from what I've read, specialized in just the rich and famous and lived a very rich lifestyle herself, dripped in jewelry, boasting about traveling all over the world, from Japan to Mexico, and really preying on these vulnerable people. And also, as a big fan of Friends like you, I'm so disappointed in Matthew Perry's assistant of nearly 30 years, who took a lesson from this Dr. P on how to administer the ketamine intravenously. He's not a trained medical professional, and he literally was shooting up his boss. I would not do that, and I don't think most people would, but he did. And the assistant is now facing up to 15 years in prison himself.
I do want to just mention, obviously these are all charges. Some have cut deals already, but they're allegations until they're proven in court. And that's important to point out because there's always a defense, and I'm sure they will mount a robust defense. I did want to ask you about the money because I said that it was an unholy markup. Do you know how much of a markup, like how much allegedly, again, these people were making off of Matthew Perry ultimately right until he died?
Well, the best way to decipher that is by comparison. Matthew Perry bought $50,000 worth of ketamine for, I believe it was 20 vials or 10 to 20 vials. Then he was able to get a comparable amount of 10 to 20 vials. I don't remember the exact number. It's 10 or 20 for $11,000 when he decided to go the street route and getting it not from a doctor. So the markup was quadruple or plus. Yeah, a lot.
I'm looking at the indictment here, and I see that the DEA says they were charging Perry about $2,000 for a vial that cost Dr. Chavez about $12. It's all so sad. Perez, keep in touch with us on this because I know you have lots of sources and you'll hear lots in the coming days, but keep us posted. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.